करवपुत्रे तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Let us chant from the beginning together up till verse 6. Shri
Bhagavanuvacha idam tu te guhyanam pravachyamyana suryate jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñātvā mokṣyase shubhāt Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam Ashraddhanam Purushaha.
Repeat that.
Ashraddhanam Purushaha Dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani Nachaham tesvavastitah Nachamasthani bhutani Pashyame yogameshwaram Bhuta vrinna cha bhutasvara Mahātmā bhuta bhavanaha Yatha kāshasthito nityam Vāyu sarvatra go mahan Tatha sarvāni bhūtāni masthāni vyavahāvaya.
There are shades of the 4th and the 7th chapter here, very clear to see. Which parts we will see? Tasya kartaram mam vidhi akartaram avyayam, chapter 4. Prakritim swam avashtabhya sambhavami atma mayaya. All these things are in the 4th chapter. Keeping the prakriti with me, keeping my prakriti with me, and through this maya, which is the Shakti, the power, my power, Mithya power, really. Mithya Maya. Because if Maya is also real, Brahman is also real, how many we will have? 2. How many do we want? 1. Non-dually 1. That too. So we can't have 2. So therefore, Mithya. So keeping this Mithya under me, meaning, see, this is what it is. There is a, what is the difference between Jiva and Ishvara? Somebody asked. So this man said, Aham cha tvam cha Rajendra Lokanatha mubhavapi. This person must be a jnani, really. Because what does the first line of this verse say? You and I, O Rajendra, means the Raja of Rajas, Ishvara. O Ishvara, you and I are what? Lokanatha, Lord of the world. Lord of the world? Well, he explains in the next line. Bahuprihi Rahamasmi. I am the compound called Bahuprihi. Bahuprihi means a particular way of splitting the compound. And what is this particular way of splitting the compound? Lokena. So, first is Lokanatha. like gas station, compound. So, Lokaha Nathaha Yasya. Lorded by the world, am I, and you are what? Shashti Tatpurusho Bhavan. The other compound is Shashti Tatpurusha, means straight away compound, the Lord of the world. This is the only difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Lorded by the world, lorded by Maya Shakti, lorded by Maya Upadhi, all these things, which is avidya. The one who comes under the spell of Maya, Jiva, and the one who knows the spelling of Maya, Ishvara. This is the difference. And this is what has to be properly assimilated, understood. And so here, we are going to talk a lot about Maya. So we already did in the 4th chapter, but that was a while ago. And that time we were still new, still coming to our bearings with the Gita and with all these new terms and new methodologies and everything like that. And so now it bears repetition. Also in the 7th chapter, we saw 2 kinds of Prakriti. Remember, what are they? Wow, very nice. Surprise. And answer came so quickly. So happy. Yes, Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Para Prakriti is called what? You know, Para Prakriti is Vivarta Upadana Karanam, a Karana that does not undergo any change. And then Apara Prakriti is Parinami Upadana Karanam, that which becomes the universe. This is what we saw in the 7th chapter. All this is going to be revised. The material here is not new, but the way it is presented is exciting and sounds very upbeat and enthusiastic because we recognize this. Somewhere I have studied this, somehow I know this, and this is so wonderful, we recognize this. And this is fantastic. That's why it is very exciting, because we are already cognizant of this. It is somewhere in the back of the mind, and it is being recalled for the purposes of Nididhyasana, and if not Nididhyasana, a deeper understanding. Here, after talking about all this, the Lord Krishna launches into an example. What is this example? The example is that of the stationary space. Can you say space is going somewhere? No. Vayu is going somewhere. So Vayu is equal to Jagat. Space in this example is equal to what? Brahman. This is the difference. Vayu is equal to Jagat, space is equal to Brahman. And then, so the Jagat cannot stand still like Vayu. Sarvatra go means goes. Okay. Vayu, Sarvatra go, Mahan Vayu. Mahan means it is huge, all pervasive Vayu. So the Jagat also cannot stay without moving even for a second. Look at the trees, they are moving, and even if you think they are not moving, they are moving. The creepers are moving. The creepers want to face the sun. And you say, you know what, it's inconvenient for me that you are growing like this. You take out all of them from wherever they are clinging to, and you make them cling on another wall. And then you go to sleep. Next day they are back on this wall where you didn't want them to grow. They are moving. Ants are moving. Animals are moving. If you look in South Africa forests, all the animals are moving because there are no mountains and no place to hide. All the animals are going. The vegetarian animals, the zebras, the wildebeests, all of them are going. And then behind them, what is going? Hyenas, tigers, lions, because moving lunch. So they have to go behind the food. Animals are going in search of water and grass. Animals say, I am vegetarian. And the big cats, what do they say? We are also vegetarian. We will, yeah. Only difference, we eat vegetarians. That's all we do. We eat only vegetarians. This is what it is. You either are a vegetarian or you feed the plant to the animal and eat the animal. No other option is left. So then we have this whole very beautiful, what is that? Drishtanta. The Vayu, just like the Vayu, people are keeping on relocating. You ask somebody, oh, I'm bored of this, I'm going here, I'm sick of Rishikesh, I need to go somewhere else. Okay, where will you go? I don't know, I'll go somewhere else. And that person catches a bus to go somewhere else and meets somebody at the bus station. Let's say they go halfway, they have to change buses, and then they meet somebody there who is wanting to go to Rishikesh. Why? I'm sick of that place, I want to go to Rishikesh. So, like this, everybody is moving. And also there is interloka moving, not just intraloka moving, interloka moving. From here to Pitraloka to Brahmaloka, this loka, that loka. All these things are moving. Whereas Brahman, Ishvara, stationary, like even space. The idea is all the movement of the Vayu, does it affect space? Does it affect space? No, it cannot affect space. If the Vayu becomes very chilly, does the space need a shawl? No. If the Vayu becomes extremely polluted, does the space need to close off its nose because horrible petrol smell is coming? No. So the Vayu carries the Gandha, the fragrance, or the Durgandha, the opposite of fragrance, bad odor, malodors it carries. But that does not have an effect on space. Not at all, has no effect on space. Space is very clear. The same thing is taken up, the same analogy of space is given in the Panchadashi, 8th chapter towards the end. Maya megho jagannira varshatu esha yada kada Chidakashasya kahanihi olabha iti sthiti. The same thing is the sthiti, the abundance in this knowledge for the jnani who is just like Ishvara, it's exactly the same. Maya is the megha. The Maya Shakti, megha means what? Cloud. Maya is the megha. And what does Maya rain? Maya rains the Jagat. Pun intended. Rains over the Jagat, rains the Jagat. So the drops of rain are the Jagat. Maya is the glorious blue-black cloud. And where is she located? In space. And then she is raining the Jagat in terms of big, big drops. Then Akashasya kahanihi. Does the space need a towel to dry off? No. Does the space need a raincoat to protect herself? Absolutely not. And does the space need to take some cold medicine, cough medicine because it has exposed to the cold? Not at all. So therefore, same thing with Chidakasha. The most commodious chit, that awareness, that conscious space, like accommodative consciousness, which accommodates the whole Jagat. And that is not important. More important it is to say, not only does it accommodate the whole Jagat, it is not affected by the Jagat, asanga. Therefore, Maya Megha Varshatu, let her rain, yada kada, here and there, wherever she wants. Chidakashasya kahanihi. What will happen to the Akasha both outside in the Drishtanta and the space-like consciousness? which is oneself, within the body, obtaining within the body mind sense complex as the Sakshi. What will happen to that? Nothing will happen to that. It is totally asanga, totally unaffected. No hani, nothing to lose. Kolabha. It also need not harvest the rainwater. People do this. What is that called? Rainwater harvesting. And you can have some drum and then some pipes and save the rainwater. You don't have to do either. There is no gain, no loss for the Akasha. Here too in the example, the Akasha stands for Ishvara, Brahman, and then the Vayu is the Jagat. Just like the Vayu is very noisy, makes this howling sound sometimes, whistling sound at the other times. And is just a noisy being. And so this Vayu, who is a noisy being, carries smells throughout, bad smells, good smells, everything, but does not smear it and cannot smear it on space. And if the Vayu is moving like a tornado, the space in which the Vayu is contained, so to speak, in which the Vayu is accommodated, does not get agitated. But what happens if you are sitting next to somebody who is very restless and agitated, then you quickly say, I am also agitated because this person is moving so much. Why should you be agitated? No, but that's how it is. But this verse tells us that is not how it is. With this jnanam, we identify more and more with the space-like consciousness, so that the jagat that surrounds us, and even the inner jagat in the form of all kinds of motions, thoughts, impressions, do not affect the person at all. So this is the idea. Yatha, what was that? Yatha sarvatra go vayuhu. Yatha akasha sthitah vayuhu sarvatra go mahan. Tha sarvani bhutani matsthani iti upadhavaya. When I use the words matsthani, that would have caused a lot of confusion in the beginning. Why? Because first what did I say? Matsthani sarva bhutani jaham deshvavastitah. Then very quickly I turned around and said what? Najamasthani bhutani. So there is a little bit of a confusion. Even after so much explanation, little confusion can persist. How can it be Vatsthani and Navatsthani at the same time? How is that possible? Because this is exactly how it is. Because the akartritvam of Atma is described. Atma is what? Akarta, abhokta. Ishvara is akarta, abhokta. So if it's just like, if you rub yourself, if you rub your back against a tree, then what will happen? You will need some cream afterwards, okay? Then you look at the tree and nothing has happened to the tree. And then you tell the tree, why did you hurt me? The tree will say, you came like a stupid person and rubbed yourself against me, what can I do? This is the law of karma. Similarly, you put the fingers in the fire and then what happens? You just are very upset because the fingers got burned. So then you go to the fire and say, why did you burn me? What will the fire say? I did not burn you. My nature is to be hot. By nature it is to burn, but I am not the author of any burning. Similarly, Ishvara, same thing. Why did you create this jagat? This stupid jagat full of sorrow, strife, pain, disconnection, fear, alienation. Why did you create? What will Ishvara say? Two things. What jagat? First, what jagat? Second, I never created anything. What jagat? Where is it? Show me. All I see is only myself. Everything is as though coming, as though going, as though sthiti, as though laya, as though. Eva. It's all eva. And then, so if it is all ever, then what is real? That which is real is Brahman, Satchidanandam Brahman. And that Brahman, you are. Tat Tvamasi, you are that Brahman. No other Brahman is there. No other Brahman can be there. That is all that is there. Uh-oh. Yeah. Please try to concentrate, okay? Despite whatever is coming. Yeah. I hope that's the last of the dabbas. Huh? Some more is coming? Very nice. We were smelling it. Yes. Ah, how to concentrate. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. I'm very happy. Sneak preview. Okay. Yes. So now, Vayu example is fragrant. Whatever was in that. So, this is the understanding is that that which undergoes no change can no longer be that. What should it be understood as? Aham, I. That is the idea. Okay? And so the unfolding the nature of himself as Ishvara, Bhagavan says that I am not like the Vayu which keeps moving around, which keeps polluting itself, which keeps picking up the scents in the air and delivering them into the classroom at an untimely moment. I am not like the Vayu. What am I? I am the space which accommodates the most restless of things called Vayu. So do you get affected by the Vayu? No. And if Bhagavan doesn't get affected, what is it to do with me? Because you are that Bhagavan, you also do not get affected. Even though you say, I am affected, you are not affected. Body may be affected, mind may be affected, but that which is you, Satchidananda Brahma, is not affected, and that has to be, this knowledge has to be assimilated. And then, that is what Matsthani iti upadharaya, avadharaya, ascertain this. This is what I mean by Matsthani. I am simply there, and if something comes and then creates a disturbance, so to speak, I am not part of that disturbance. I am not part of that disturbance. Like a clam shell. The shell is simply there, and there is a small jantu inside, a little creature. And then one small grain of sand goes in, and the jantu gets very disturbed and it secretes some bodily fluid, saliva, something, and tries to make a jail for this creature because it's afraid that this creature will come and eat me up. So just purely for the sake of survival, it makes a little jail for the creature. What do we get? A beautiful natural pearl with a hole in it, because that's where the smaller jantu or the grain of sand was, and it is completely surrounded except for this hole, and then that is exactly what happens. The clam shell is not affected, whatever is happening inside. Similarly here, I am that commodious, all commodious, totally unchanging, nirvikara, space-like consciousness. I neither create nor participate in the creation. Well, then how this Jagat has come into being? And for that we have to go to the next shloka. Sarvabhutani Kaunteya
Sarvabhutani Kaunteya
प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् हे कौन्तेय, O Arjuna, what sarvani bhutani, they all resort to me. He could have said that. They all come to me, yanti, they go to me. But he doesn't say that. What does he say instead? They go to mamikam prakriti. My prakriti. There was no need to say this. Because what have we understood till now? Everything comes from Brahman, sustained by Brahman, goes back to Brahman. Everything is sustained by Ishvara, goes back to Ishvara. That Brahman is nothing but Ishvara. This is what we have studied. And now suddenly the Prakriti is introduced. They all go to my Prakriti. I have washed my hands off this Jagat. It is Prakriti doing everything. Then there are two things. Only one. What is this Prakriti? It is dragged in here as an explanation for the people who say, where did this Jagat come from? What for did Bhagavan create? How does this Jagat survive? Where does it go back at the end of its life? At the end of the 1000 Mahayugas, which is aka one Kalpa. How does this happen? All these things we want to answer. Bhagavan brings in this Prakriti here. Lord Krishna brings in the concept of this Prakriti to maintain this asangatva. So this Prakriti is what? This Prakriti is myself alone. I am not the Prakriti. Prakriti depends on me. I am not dependent upon the Prakriti. Prakriti here means Shakti. The ability, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, the ability to bring something forth, the ability to sustain something, the ability to take something back. If Ishvara as Satchidananda Atma is always involved in taking back the Jagat and sustaining the Jagat and bringing the Jagat, then Ishvara will have the biggest headache in the whole world. Really. One Jiva is rebellious, another Jiva is sitting sad, third Jiva is saying, oh Lord, you don't care about me. And then Ishvara has to go and console that Jiva and say, no, I care about you. And the other one gets jealous. Why are you expressing love for this Jiva? I am hurting over here. So like this, so the headache of the world, I should rephrase that. The headache in the form of the world becomes Ishvarik headache, a big headache for Ishvara. But then when we look at Ishvara, especially when we look at Mahavishnu, how is he? Lying this. Sleeping, lying down on a wonderful bouncy coiled mattress in the form of Adishesha, first coiled mattress. That's how they got the idea of coils for mattress. Just very nicely and not doing anything. Shayane sarvam vibharti. Lying down, takes care of the universe. Here one small job, fortnightly seva. Sometimes seems challenging, especially in the beginning. How to do this, what to do, what if I do something wrong? Fear is there. And then, some kind of a worry is there, anxiety is there. But Bhagavan makes it all happen without even, Bhagavan is all-knowing, Sarvajnaha, except Bhagavan doesn't know how the meaning of the word stress and how to spell the word stress. That's one exception. Everything else, Bhagavan knows. And so here, stresslessly, without taking anything upon himself, herself, Bhagavan just simply is. Karmadhyakshaha. What is that? Presides over the laws of karma. presides over the Jagat coming forth, the Jagat being sustained, the Jagat going back. Everything presides without getting entangled in any one thing. This is what is called Asanga. Lord Krishna in this verse says, I am Asanga. Sarvani Bhutani Mamikam Prakritim Yanti. They go back to my Prakriti. He could have said me, but he wants to show this Asangatvam here. That and is the Prakriti stressed out? Prakriti is also not stressed out. Because what is Prakriti? Ishvara. Here one small caveat. Looking at this, taking some of this philosophy selectively, the Sankhyas say, oh, completely Asanga the Purusha is. We also say the Purusha is Asanga, but they say there is no connection between Prakriti and Purusha. We don't accept that. We say they are one. Prakriti is called the creatrix, and because of the feminine principle, and the feminine principle is brought about to account for the Jagat and to account for the creation, the projection, the sustenance and the coming back of the Jagat. And it is perfectly valid, generally speaking, to say everything comes from Ishvara, everything goes back to Ishvara, sustained by Ishvara. There is nothing wrong in saying that. Then what is the problem? Here, why the Prakriti is brought? To split that and show this particular aspect of Asangatvam, the concept of Prakriti is brought in. It's perfectly fine to say everything has come from Ishvara because Ishvara cannot be without Shakti. So, Prakritim Yanti Mamikam. Kalpakshaye Punaha. Kalpakshaye means when do they enter my Prakriti? My Prakriti means me only. When do they enter my Prakriti? Kalpakshaye. When the Kalpa ends, they come to my Prakriti. Kalpadam, at the beginning of the Kalpa, Visrujami. Visheshena Srijami. The V stands for in keeping with the previous cycle of creation, in keeping with the desires and the memories, or in keeping with the memory of the previous cycle of creation, and in keeping with the desires of the jivas. Kalpadam Visrujami Aham. So here he says Aham, but then he doesn't say Prakriti creates, but he wants to show this difference only for the sake of assimilating Asangatvam of Ishvara. And same way, it's like the difference between the Jnani and the Ajnani. Let's say a thought comes to the mind. Jnani also doesn't have control over what thought may come. Some thought comes, oh, it would be wonderful to have some ice cream. Thought has already come. Alright? And then in the Jnani's mind also it has come. In the Ajnani's mind also it has come. What does the Jnani do? The Jnani does not attach to the thought. As we saw in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the very definition of the Jnani was what? Rajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanugatan. Prajahati. Because here there is free will. Does not attach to the thought, gives up the thought, keeps going with the flow of the present. Because that thought was already then, in the past. Now. And if you say, oh, you thought of ice cream 10 minutes ago, the Jnani will say, really? I did? Oh, I don't remember. It's already gone. So, this is how the Jnani, Prajahati Manogatan Kaman. So, any desire expressing itself, anything that comes in the mind of the Jnani does not claim authorship. The Jnani doesn't say, my thought, my longing. As soon as you say, my thought, my longing, what happens? Suffering comes. A sense of lack comes. Oh, when will it be fulfilled comes. This is what the Ajnani does. Ajnani claims authorship of the desires and the thoughts, whereas the Jnani does not claim authorship of the thoughts and the desires. This is creation on a micro level. This is the micro Jagat. in the form of all the thoughts, the desires, which is in the head. Where is the micro jagat? In the head. Where is the macro jagat? Also in the head. We think it is outside, but it is cognized inside. So the micro jagat in the form of one's own notions, ideologies, thoughts, beliefs, etc. Everybody has. Jnani also has, Ajnani also has. Major difference is asangatvam. There is a whistling noise somewhere. Ajnani says, okay, there is a whistling noise somewhere. It's coming from my head, okay. And I'm just going to let it be. I'm going to be here now. And if I'm here now, whistle was when? Whistling noise then. The Vayu, that's why I'm bringing in the whistling noise. That was then. This is now. 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 Oh, but so many thoughts are coming, let them come. Because the Jnani is like a full and complete ocean, oceanic, limitless consciousness. And so, Apuryamanam, again second chapter, Ajala Pratishtha, whose Pratishtha is in itself unmoving, like even here the example of space. Unmoving is its Pratishtha, and then Samudram Apaha Pravishanti Yadvat. All the waters enter of the rivers, we have to add, enter into the ocean. And then what does the ocean do? The ocean gets very excited. No. Ocean is already excited and enthusiastic by itself. It is joyous ocean. It is a full ocean, and it does not have longing for these waters from the rivers to join. If supposing a river dries up due to climate change and does not join, the ocean does not shed tears. The ocean does not miss that. Similarly, all the kamas enter the Jnani and have no effect on the Jnani because the Jnani is asanga. So let the thought factory churn and make many, many thoughts and many, many desires. The Jnani does not take authorship and agency of the thoughts. Doesn't say my thought. Supposing somebody's, supposing one is angry, suddenly anger comes. Oh, where is this person? I wish I could just throttle them. I wish I could strangle them. The thought comes. And then, what to do with this thought? The Ajnani starts to feel very guilty. Oh, how I could have this thought. This, after all, who we are talking about is my friend, is my brother, is my sister, is my family member. Like this, the person says, oh, I need Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotram. I need to go to Badrinath, Kedarnath, this nath, that nath. I need to go here, there, everywhere. I need to say sorry. I need to do Pradakshina. I need to do that. What is that? You know what I'm talking about. They found out it's very good for health. Okay? That you do in front of Lord Ganesha. I need to do that. Who is thinking? Ajnani is thinking. Jnani has a flash. Jnani will not have the thought I should kill somebody. But supposing, let's say, that thought comes. That thought is not belonging. There is no claimant for that thought. The thought burns itself up, itself destructs right then and there. The Jnani is akatta, abhokta. This is what we have to understand. That's why he says, I am not doing anything. Prakriti is doing something. Then why are you separating yourself from Prakriti? Because this Prakriti is not something to be toyed with. She is Trigunatmika Maya. She holds the whole world in her thrall. And she is not something, she is a force to be reckoned with. And so how does she operate? In tandem with Bhagavan. And that is going to be in tandem with Bhagavan she operates. And then let's make sure. Kalpakshaya Punastani Karpadav Visrajami Aham. And this is going to be talked about in the next verse. Prakritim swam avashtabhya
Prakritim swam avashtabhya
Visrajami punah punaha
Visrajami punah punaha
Bhutagramamimam kritsnam
Bhutagramamimam kritsnam
Avasham prakriter vashat.
Avasham prakrite vashat.
Swam prakritim avashtabhya. Keeping Maya with me. Resorting to this power which is mine. So if the power is mine, I can use it, correct? Like electricity. I can use it. I can switch on something and I can use it to power all the devices in my room. I can run one, what is that called, blender. I can run light, fan, lamps, kettle, so many things. Because I am the one using electricity. But supposing the electricity goes rogue, suddenly something comes. Even without switching on, all the appliances start to talk. The mixie starts to run on its own, and the light starts to, the fan and the light go crazy. Then what happens? I have no say over it. Correct? So this is the difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Jiva, powered by Maya, Ishvara has Maya in the power. That is the problem. Ishvara has Maya under check, so to speak. Jiva is checked by Maya. That's why the Jiva is most of the time checked out. This is what happens. So, Ishvara, for Ishvara, Maya is a consort. She is the partner because of whose help this beautiful, glorious, many and varied colors and forms called the Jagat comes into being. Whereas for the Jiva, Maya is a big liability. Why? Comes under the spell of Maya, comes under the spell of what is called Avarana Shakti. Some people call it Avarana. Okay, don't do that. Yeah. It is not Avarana, just like it is not Ramayana. Alright? Ramayana, Avarana. Avarana means that which covers. As though, because if it really covers, then why are we doing it? What are we doing here? No moksha is possible if my nature is really covered from me. Then we may as well close up Gita shop, Upanishad shop. But powers means it is not that it is making, the avarana is also mithya. Mithya jagat, mithya power, mithya covering. That's why it's removable through knowledge, because it's not really there. We think it is there because of avidya. What is avidya? The shadow side of Maya. That which powers the jiva is called avidya, by which the jiva becomes a helpless, hopeless mess of entanglements in this jagat. That is avidya, the other side of Maya. What's the first side of Maya? Vidya, all knowledge. Knowledge of the entire creation, which is with who? Ishvara. So, Swam Prakriti, my own Prakriti, meaning non-separate from me, this Prakriti is Avashtabhya. Stamb is the root verb. Stamb means many things. Keeping recourse to, resorting to Maya, keeping Maya under me. But then I don't like to say it that way, because this is what the people think. This is where the problems come. Maya, feminine, Ishvara, masculine, and then the feminine principle has to be controlled by the masculine principle. So women have to be controlled by men. I don't know where the logic is. We are keeping on saying Ishvara is both he and she. If you look at the Vishnu Sahasranama and the Lalita Sahasranama, there is no difference. You can invoke the same Ishvara as Bhagavati or as Bhagavan. No difference at all. Nowhere it is said Bhagavati should be kept under control. Bhagavati also creates. And in the Lalita Sahasranama, singing the praises of this Bhagavati, it is said that the 10 avatars which have come. What are the 10 avatars? The fish, the boar, all these, up to Buddha, Kalki also. 10 avatars have originated from the nails of the hands of the goddess. 10 fingers, 10 avatars. Where is the suppression? Tell me. There is no suppression. This is all some funny notions in the head which have to be dispensed with. This is simply a conceptual endeavor to understand oneself as asanga, not connected to and not affected by whatever is there called this jagat. Asanga, that is what. Asanga means totally unconnected. And so here, Prakritim Swam Prakritim Avashtabhya. Maya is in my hands. She is with me. Whereas you, O Jiva, you, O Arjuna, are in the hands of Maya. That's the only difference. Maya listens to me. Whereas you have to listen to Maya as long as there is avidya. Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya. What's that? What's the next line? What's the next verse? Visrijami punah punah. I keep creating. Why? Oh Ishvara, why do you have the pressure to create? He says, I have no pressure. Visrijami punah punah. First of all, what do you create? Bhutagramam imam kritsnam. This kritsnam means entire jagat. This whole big entire jagat I create. That too, not even once. Punah. One time only, it's the thought is, makes one tired. Punah, again and again I keep creating. Avashat. Not because I want it, but because this is how it has to happen. This is how it is happening. Prakritehe vashat, because the jagat is in the control of Prakriti. I am just a upadrashta, an onlooker, an anumanta, a great permitter. In the 13th chapter, we'll come to these two words, very nice words. Upadrashta, anumanta. And then, so here, I'm just the permitter. The Prakriti is doing all the work. She is doing all the work. My power is doing all the work. Prakriter vashat. It is in the hands of the Prakriti. Everything is in the hands of the Prakriti. But then, what am I? I am free of that. And then what? But you just said I create. Yes, I said I create, but avashat. Not because I want to create. It is just happening. Come on, you're just spinning a big tale. Do you think I can believe all this? Well, we don't have a choice, says Ishvara. Avashat means what? In keeping with the karma of all the jivas. This is where the avashat comes. It is not that Bhagavan has the will to create. Just like the thought comes unbidden in the mind of the person, similarly, the jagat comes unbidden as it were in creation. And how is it unbidden? It is bidden by the karmas of the jivas wannabe. The wannabe jivas who were one with Ishvara got tired of being one with Ishvara because they wanted to individuate, they wanted to become separate, they wanted to say, let me out, give me a jagat, give me a place to play, give me a little playing field. That's why there are so many lokas, because how many karmas? Even one person's sanchita karma is huge. Unending is the sanchita karma. Imagine 8 billion just human beings, plus another countless numbers of other jivas, all their karmas. Not in one life, not in next life, not in all the karmas at once. so overwhelming. And therefore we need the many and different kinds of Jagat. Now they are finding carbon. Where? On earth? Oh, that is old news. Of course the earth has carbon. Carbon is the building brick of life. But they have found carbon dioxide in one of the moons of Guru, Jupiter. The name of the moon is Europa. And on Europa they found, and in fact that is a very promising little planet, not planet, satellite, promising little moon because it has a lot of frozen oceans. And then they found that there is carbon and they have to go on a mission now to see why this carbon dioxide is and does it have some kind of life. Supposing it has some kind of small marine life, microscopic marine life, that means what? That jiva had to be born in Europa. That microscopic marine life in the frozen ocean had to be born in Europa because karma vashat, because of the force of the karma. Because the karma is, once it's set into motion, then it has to fulfill it. It's like an arrow that sees the target. It will definitely hit the target. It cannot not hit the target. It will hit the target. Just as the arrow that has been released hits the target, once the karma is set in motion, the karma phala becomes the law of Ishvara. But then why does he say avashat? Avashat means this is already my law. I am the one who instituted this law. I cannot go against this law. Because the law is not only instituted by me, it is a manifestation of me. Karma is a manifestation of me. I can't go against my own prakriti. I can't go against the karma, the law of karma, which is nothing but myself alone. Being nothing but myself alone, then what? Then therefore, the creation and the dissolution and the sustenance keep taking place. I am the witness of this creation. You can also say that. Karma keeps attacking the body and then karma keeps attacking the mind. Keep going, keep going to all the therapists because they also need they also need to make a living. Thank you. They need to make a living. So everybody is waiting for you only. For you only they are waiting. From neurologist to podiatrist, from head to toe, they have all put the boards and are waiting for the jivas to come. And the jivas will come because up till 40, it is said you eat the food. After 40, the food starts to eat you up. That's why you say, I can't have cholesterol, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't have sugar, I can't have this. I can't have gluten-free diet. Gluten means wheat. Bye-bye chapatis. Alright, and then what? I can't have rice. It makes my stomach squirm. Alright, grain-free diet. I can't have spices. Taste-free diet. So gluten-free, grain-free, taste-free. Then what? Huh? Dairy free, yes, very important one. No dairy. Milk products, no. Milk products free. Then after that, fresharian. That's what. You are no longer vegetarian. You are a fresharian. You just breathe some fresh air. Then survive. That's all. Take deep breaths, okay? It's free. When I went to California, I was introduced to a plant. It had like it was about this big, small, long leaves, and then some roots, and they had hung it, so, from the ceiling, just like that. No pot, nothing, no soil. I said, what is this? Oh, it's an air plant. I said, what do you mean it's an air plant? It just takes the moisture from the air, and then when it's really dry, you just wet your hands in the tap and just go like this. And that's its food. So like that you become a fresharian. That's all is left. You eat the food up to 40, and then after that it starts eating unto you. This is how it is. Avashat. Even though the person has taken really good care of themselves, has been living in a life of moderation, didn't eat this, didn't eat that, and then suddenly could not eat all these things. Avashat has nothing to do with what. And that's why when Pujya Swamiji was given the laddu, everybody had to come and stop his hands from going to the mouth. He would say, this is already killing me, so it will just do whatever it does. I will live as long as I'm supposed to live. And he would just go swaha. And then before that, Chandrama, who is here, she will tell you a lot of stories. Go sit with her. She used to take care of Pujya Swamiji. And then she would hold the hand like this and she would not give up the laddu. She would have to shake it like that, bring a plate or a katori and shake the hand. And he would say, you don't understand, even if I eat this, I will live exactly as long as I am supposed to do. Avashat. This is what it is. And so, Avashat means, it's not that Ishvara has no say over the Jagat. The rule of law of the Jagat coming into being, which is the karma of the jivas, is nothing but an expression, a manifestation of that very Ishvara alone. So Ishvara cannot go against Ishvara. That's right. Ishvara cannot go against himself herself. That's why Avashat, creation keeps happening, dissolution keeps happening, kalpas come, kalpas go, I am Asanga. And that's why the concept of Prakriti is brought in, because otherwise Satchidanandam Brahma, Satchidananda Atma cannot create, will not create, much less sustain or dissolve. And then this is going to be talked about in the next verse. Najamam tani karmani
Najamamprani karmani
Nibadnanti dhananjaya
Nibadnanti dhananjaya
Udasina vadasinam
Udasinam
Asaktam teshu karmasu
Asaktam teshu karmasu.
This we'll see tomorrow.
Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
Okay, let it come in.